Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. So the Parliament has enacted a number of laws, labor laws, to regulate the employment and the condition of the service of the employees. So whenever a law is enacted, it prescribes the employers to maintain some registers and to file some returns with some basic details like the wage slip, the amount of work done slip, and the returns related to the accidents and all. So over the number of years, the number of registering establishments have increased, and there have been persistent demands from various quarters that the process of filing these forms have to be simplified and the area of this coverage of exemption to be expanded. Based on this, subsequently, in the year 2005, in the same August House, a bill, the labor laws exemption from furnishing returns and maintaining registers by certain establishments, Amendment and Miscellaneous Provisions Bill 2005 was introduced. And that bill was referred to the Standing Committee. And the Standing Committee, after having deeply discussed, have recommended to the Parliament that the views of the employers and various employees organizations have to be taken into consideration, and after having arrived at a consensus, necessary amendments have to be made. And after that, so many meetings took place with the representatives of the employers and the employees organizations, but a consensus was not arrived. Subsequently, the bill was withdrawn. And in the year 2011, sir, again a bill was introduced, which is the bill which we are discussing now. So this bill provides for 4 things. I think there are not much to be discussed about except only one thing. What this bill seeks to amend. See, Schedule 1 of this Act is substituted, which has got already 9 acts which exempts some establishments from these maintaining registers and filing of returns. And now it is expanded to 16, which includes 7 more acts, which are very well known, sir, and which are very relevant also. They include the Motor Transport Workers Act 1961, the Payment of Bonus Act 1965, the Beedi and Cigar Workers Conditions of Employment Act 1966, the Interstate Migrant Workmen Regulations of Employment and Conditions of Service Act 1979, the Dock Workers Safety, Health and Welfare Act 1986, the Child Labour Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986, and the Building and Other Construction Workers Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Service Act 1996. Sir, very, very simple, sir. And so also, it substitutes the second schedule to the Act to specify new forms instead of the present forms A, B, C, D and E accepted. And third, sir, to revise to provide for maintenance of registers and returns in computer floppy, that's also agreed. The fourth, which is being discussed and for which amendments have also been given, is to revise the definition of the expression of small establishments. Sir, in the small establishment which is now, which includes only establishments which have workers from 9 to 19, and now this bill seeks to amend it to 40. Sir, the Standing Committee which went into the bill that was introduced in 2011 have recommended very strongly, and it has to be taken into account, that certain establishments which are high-tech establishments which have a high turnover, which may have lesser employment, will also come into this ambit. Sir, we should very seriously think that medium and large enterprises, establishments should not enjoy the benefits which are given to the small establishments.
Thank you.
Sir, just 1 minute. So it has been recommended by the Standing Committee that the status quo must be maintained, or it may be at the least raised up to level but 25, but it sticks on to 40. Some amendments have been given by my comrades, colleagues, Mr. Tapan Kumar, my Rajya and all others, that it should be come down to 14. There is another amendment by Mr. Vivek Gupta which sounds sensible, says that, sir, if the small establishments have a turnover exceeding rupees 10 crore, the exemption from furnishing the returns or to maintain the registers required to be furnished or maintained under the Scheduled Act shall not apply to them. Sir, these two things, that the number of employees which are in an establishment should not exceed 19, or at the least it could be
Okay, please
increased to
conclude. Please
25.
conclude.
And if the turnover exceeds 10 crores,
Please conclude.
they should not come under the small establishment. This
Mr.
is the only
Satyanarayan
one thing,
Jatia.
sir, which is disturbing, and other things in this bill are to be welcomed.
Mr.
This has to be
Satyanarayan
taken into
Jatia, please.
consideration by the minister. Thank you very much.